Warning, the following video is very strange and rough and was done on what seems to be a grand total of 6 IQ points. This is due to me being rushed and tired and all of the fun stuff that we all know about, and so yes, enjoy. Alrighty y'all, this is World Class Jerk, hiding behind the resources you're going to want if you want to base on another planet. Now more specifically, obviously, we're going to be targeting the early game in this video. I would go into more detail and I may in the future, but I'm running out of time today because I have been busy and also I'm tired, so the commentary may be strange. Definitely look out for that. Oh, I almost forgot. Shout out to these two, because comments. Also, thank you. Yes. But yes, we're talking about basing on other planets in general, not specifically Glacio, but we are going to Glacio in this video because honestly, if you go to any planet in the early game, I recommend it to be Glacio for two main reasons. It will help you get the large shuttle because you need titanium and there's titanium on Glacio, and Glacio offers bytes and also iron, which is a good plus because iron is used for a lot of things. And Argon in the future, but basically Glacio is just a really good place to go. It's probably the best first place to go, and so that's why we're going to be using it for this video. Now real quick actually, before we get into this, let me explain the structure of this video, okay? We're going to be talking obviously about going to Glacio, more specifically basing on Glacio, but underneath that we're going to have two subcategories: how to get bytes from said base, and how to get resources from said base. By from I actually mean, using it, not actually scrapping your base for resources as it kind of sounds. This is getting weird. Yeah, sorry about the strange commentary, but without further ado, we're actually going to get straight into this, explaining what these resources are and why you need them, okay? We have the carbon here because we're using a medium generator. Now, I know what you're thinking. If this is targeting the early game, why do I have a medium generator on here? Why do I have a medium generator at all, you may be thinking? Because it's more expensive than it's probably worth. Well, that's because you're not actually going to have one unlocked and you're not going to craft it. You can actually find them in the starter caves of your home planet, which I'm not actually going to show because it's very straightforward. It's exactly what it sounds like. The very first cave layer you go to, there are going to be medium generators laying around. You just got to find them. They're not very rare at all. You can definitely find those with no problem. And the reason I'm using it is because it puts out 9 units of power for a single carbon. And if you didn't know, carbon is just a smelted organic. I'm kind of going into this deeper than I should, but I do want to explain that because it's a very important point. Then you want a medium printer, 2 medium platform A's, which is what this is sitting on. This is a medium platform A right here. That's what that is. And aluminum, because the goal when you get to a new planet is to get a soil centrifuge. That's what you're trying to do. When you're setting up a base on another planet, you are going to want a soil centrifuge. That is the key. And you also need an oxygenator, of course, because the soil centrifuge, you want it to get compounds so that you can make tethers. The soil centrifuge is wanted so that you can make tethers, and tethers are useless without an oxygenator, and so that's why you want these particular resources. Now, as far as the carbon goes, you might want to bring more just in case you run out, but I wanted to make sure that this was limited to just one of these because OCD, and maybe you want your backpack space with something else. But definitely keep in mind that you may want more carbon, and if you don't take more, you could run out, which would be a nightmare because you will not have a smelter when you first land there, meaning you have to either come back or start using a small generator that you have to craft while you're there. Not an ideal situation, but again, I'm just going to cut straight to Glacio now because I'm rambling. Alright guys, so here we are on Glacio. Now basically we didn't bring a lot of the resources we may need because we're going to need large platform Bs, but the reason we didn't bring those resources is because they exist here already. And you can bring them if you want to accelerate the process, but I don't care myself. I just like to keep my... But yes, you want the medium generator on one of these, and where is it at on the other, which is this thing. And obviously you got to put fuel in the generator or else it will not generate. Put this way, do that, and this, and now you're all set up to do what the first step will be. And the first step will be creating, obviously, a large platform B. But yes, you want compound as well, so if you find compound, you can get that as well. But I'm after some resin right now specifically. And oh yes, here's some resin. So yes, first things first, you do want to get a large platform B going. Now honestly, the first thing I recommend you craft instead of the soil centrifuge, even though the soil centrifuge is the go, first thing you want to craft is going to be a smelter, probably, just to make sure that you don't run out of that precious carbon, because if you didn't know, which you probably did, well actually there's none around here, but you can get, wait, maybe this is. Yeah, it is. Okay, you can get organic straight off the ground and then turn it into carbon with the smelter. So all you need is a smelter, and then you're pretty much... But yeah, guys, it kind of occurs to me that the rest of what needs to be done here is pretty much common sense. You need to craft a soil centrifuge and a smelter, which means get compound, and then use this aluminum that you have for the soil centrifuge. And yeah, that part's pretty common sense. So we're going to be moving on to the next steps, obviously, which is bytes and getting resources. But yeah, we're going to go into bytes first. And getting bytes is going to be done with these things. Hold F and you will get 300 bytes or more from one of these things. Each time you hold F, it is a crap ton of bytes. It adds up so fast. Anyways, it adds up so fast that it is inconceivable, and honestly, you don't need a better method than that ever. It's like a late game method already. You land here on Glacial, you start gathering these things, you are set for the rest of the thing because these actually respawn. I would elaborate on this more, but there's nothing to elaborate on. I would just do a full backpack full of tethers and make a line that's really long. That'll get you a crap ton of bytes. And that's the end of the story. And the next step here, guys, is actually going to be resources. And what we're really focusing on here, the reason I even mentioned resources to begin with, is because we're after titanium. And this is also why we was talking about the bytes. The real reason here is because we want to be able to get the large shuttle and hopefully eventually RTGs, because that is what makes basing on other planets even easier. So this becomes a sort of perpetual thing, because you can make your base here better. You can make transporting things to this base better by using this planet itself. So yes, that's what you want to do. You want to get titanium because titanium alloy is how you make the large shuttle, which is what I recommend doing. I don't recommend making a medium one. I recommend skipping straight to the large. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you guys. Getting titanium in this tier 2 soil, or whatever it's called, is absolutely the worst without the drill mod. So if you want to make one of those first, definitely do that. And you can't get it out of this. You cannot get it. Yeah, this blue looking one, you need a drill mod to get it out of this. I think yeah, it's definitely not doing anything at all. So you do need a drill mod to get it out of the more tough soil. And getting it out of the not-so-tough soil is still tough as long as you don't have a drill mod, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yes, that's really it, okay? I know this is a simple video. Do apologize for that. This video was, like, shamefully simple. But as I said before, I am tired, and I really don't want to skip an upload. So here it is, very simple video. Get bytes, get titanium. Yeah, that's pretty much the entirety of it. I guess I'll do a proper outro now, even though... Yeah, I'll just do a proper outro now. So there you have it, guys. You can fit everything you need to make this entire setup right here on one of these, and it does not take very long as you bring those resources, because they accelerate the process in an extreme way. Always remember you can bring resin and compound if you want to accelerate it even further, and remember the goal is titanium and bytes, because that is how you get a better shuttle, so that you can get better bases, so that you can better your shuttle even more, so as to get, say, a hydrazine thruster and all that. And obviously RTGs, which makes basing like this an absolute breeze, because there is nothing at all to hold you back. Because right here, if you run out of carbon, you're in a little bit of a rough spot. RTGs, though, allow for a lot more, and also a key thing with RTGs is on Aatrox, which is where you get helium. Helium is a jerk, okay? Helium is not fun to get. But what you can do is leave an RTG and your atmospheric condenser getting helium on automatic. You can leave and come back, and it will have a crap ton of helium, which is super, super valuable. It makes helium from one of the hardest items to get to the absolute most easy, and that is definitely a good time. But yes, again, sorry for that short intro, or short video. Sorry for the short video. Gosh, see, I can't even talk today. It's a horrible, horrible day. Not such a great video. Sorry about all that, but definitely leave your suggestions in the comments down below. And if you want me to cover this topic more deeply and less garbagely, then definitely tell me about that, and I will get around to it. I will definitely make sure to make this better next time if you do want to see a better version. And so,